Hello. Hi, dear participants and everyone attending this webinar. The School of Excellence second week of webinar series where we are talking about the travel in the new normal. We begin this week with the biggest contributor in the travel industry, which is the airline industry. We do have a stalwart with us who would be talking about the airline industry with a gamut of experience that he holds of over 25 years in the airline industry with various portfolios such as reservations, sales support, commercial market route, revenue optimization. He is currently handling the role as a sales manager for Maharashtra, Goa, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, which is the biggest revenue generating region for the world's best airline, Emirates. I would like to welcome Mr. Vikram Paul for this webinar session. Just to give you a slight brief more about what he's doing currently and what profile he holds currently. He is handling the sales as well as the sales support and retail offices in Mumbai, along with the tier 2 and the tier 3 cities. He is responsible for station revenue as well as he has to identify sales opportunity and trends. He formulates product strategies and sales activities, as well as develop value adds and standardization and customer benefits. We begin the session, just a few decorums that need to be followed before we start off with Mr. Vikram Paul taking over the session. We request you all to keep your mics and your videos off through the session. Any questions can be put in the chat box, which will be answered at the end of the session. Request you all, not to kind of, use your scribble pads or anything, because that kind of detours the speaker while he's giving the talk. Mr. Vikram Paul, handing over to you.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. I hope you can see me.
Yes.
Yes, perfect. I think the best part about working from home is you can wear casuals. The best part. So I think on behalf of Emirates, I take opportunity to thank Smitaji and the School of Excellence for this webinar. I think it's a great opportunity. I mean, I can already see there are about 38 participants, 39 now actually. So which is excellent. So should I start or should we wait for people to join in?
You could start. We were having people join in, so not a problem at all.
Okay, that's perfect. So I think 2020, I mean, our worlds have actually turned upside down. We had to adjust quickly to new rules, new processes, expectations. It's important to actually recognize the challenge and the difficulties that what we need to actually overcome, to reflect what changes are for the better in order to know what we need to hold on and to move to the new normal. And I want to say this is the new normal because what we were, about a couple of months ago to what we are today, I mean, we are moving into a new normal. So moving into a post-COVID world would require to reset rather than restart. I mean, I was talking to a couple of industry stalwarts, and the entire thing is that, we could probably reset, not restart, because restart is not going to help us. So reset is the most important thing. So how do we reset? I quickly run reset. So from a trade perspective, we need to be confident, optimistic, and share confidence and reassurance for passengers and partners. It's time to actually walk together. See, passengers are going to choose destination where they feel confident of health, safety measures, place. So, the traditional way of business is actually, it's time to actually work together. See, passengers are going to choose. That's why I said to reset, not restart, because restart is not going to help us. Reset is something which is going to help us. For the industry to recover, I personally believe to reinvent the reset, not restart, because it feels safe, confident that their health is protected, and that's the most important company start today. I mean, there'll be a shift to touchless travel. Say, for example, e-boarding cards, a nil cabin baggage, new health regime, personal protection equipment kits which are available on board, sanitization of aircrafts, frequent sanitization of washrooms, toilets, all touch points probably, and on board. So there needs to be a little shift of everything towards personal sanitization, personal health requirements. So pre-boarding, in-flight, post-boarding, health and safety measures will be the key. Now, I think I found something very interesting, and I would like to share this probably. Is let me take you back to 2001, 9/11, and I'm sure all of you all know what exactly happened. Large temporary impact to the aviation industry that reduced the demand more than 31%, I would say, yeah, in 5 months following the attacks. And the estimated loss of revenue for airlines and insurance was about $40 billion. I mean, that's huge. That reduced the demand more. Everybody thought, airlines are going to go shut, they're going to go bust, they're going to go bankrupt. So that reduced the demand more than thought. Apart from the losses, the industry a while to recover, a while to recover, higher safety measures, and the estimated loss of revenue for airlines and insurance was about $40 billion. I mean, that's huge. So what happened to airlines post 9/11? The industry took a while to recover with higher safety points, tax information in place, and we've seen how safe post do 9 did at least 7 PNRs, passport details. We've seen how safe travel was. I guess we at Emirates do post $15 billion to the European maker Airbus under the set to buy 33 Airbus jets for $8.4 billion and 25 Boeing 777 wide body jets for about $6.6 billion. And nobody in the industry would believe that. I mean, everybody thought it's insane probably, but that's history. See, the aviation industry turnaround took a couple of years. Backwards strength to 9/11. The sales announcement, we saw collaborative celebrations, we saw alliances, we saw code shares, we saw a reach that's historical and global supremacy of. See, the aviation industry turnaround of profitability 9/11 improved, and I think we saw regional and global moving ahead. Now, let's talk about COVID. COVID's impact 8.4 billion to the aviation 25 billion sector. Well, as per IATA, nobody in the industry, I mean, everybody thought it's insane probably, but that's history today, the business. Turnaround took a couple of years. Back of airlines and revenue doubled up. Moving ahead, let's talk about core financial report with financial crisis. Well, IATA sees, I would say, $100 billion loss to the industry in 2021. But the good news is IATA also forecasts profits for, and I think, of the sector. Well, as per IATA, $83 billion in terms of loss, which means that we expect demand to grow and recover gradually with a step-by-step moving ahead with opening up markets. However, the extremely important part would be the loss of the traveler confidence, which we need to give back to them. So I'm sure everybody will be thinking, so what's the way forward? And I think the way forwards are pretty interesting. I mean, let me share with you what Emirates is doing. We have something called a resumption plan, a flight operation process, which talks about our campaign, which is assuring customers on health and safety measures. The brand is called Customer Journey Safety First. So let me quickly share my screen, and if I can probably share a video first, which is about a minute or so, and then I'll share a PDF with you. Just a minute, please. Don't worry about the volume of the video, because I think what is more important is that what you see is more important than what you hear. I'll quickly play the video. Just give me 30 seconds. So that was through the customer journey safety first PDF, which is a part of the session. So maybe I can share a few insights from there. So the first thing that we talk about is customer journey. So customer journey starts from maybe departure point to check-in to departure, immigration, secure boarding, in-flight, arrival processes, and transfer processes. So let me take you. Oops, sorry, 1 minute. Sorry.
Yes, Vikram.
Sorry, I think the video started again. Okay, so sorry. So departures. So what we've done as we are doing. I would say sorry. I think the video started again. Before departure, we're doing COVID tests for passengers, which some certain destinations require. I think this is the most important thing that we've started doing. Passengers need to maintain social distances, wear masks at all times. Only travelers can enter the terminals, which is very important. And then passenger COVID is only travelers can enter the terminals, which is very important. And so these thermal detectors, as you this is the most in the body temperature. Well, I ask all time. Only ask for thermal detectors. So this we are offering every passenger a personalized hygiene kit, which is the PPE kit. Is very very important in today's world. Antimicrobial screens, check-in desks, no touch points at all, no cabin baggage allowed except for a laptop bag or a handbag. Coming to departures and immigration security, we talk about no e-gates. There are queues which mark with specific spacing on the floor. Immigration counters are fitted with protective micro screens, anti-micro screens. Passengers can go through security checks automatically. Coming to the departure gates, I mean, each passengers will have social distancing again. Seating is arranged as social distancing before the check-in. Limited cabin baggage. All the staff are wearing the personal protective equipments. Boarding will start from the last row to the first row. So we are being very, very clear. We don't want all people to gather together and form a queue or be in a line. So all the boarding will start from the last row. It will move gradually to the first rows. And all boarding areas will be deeply cleansed. They'll have disinfects at every flight. On board again, boarding will be done in small groups. Cabin crew will have their complete PPE kits. Sanitizing soaps will be available in the washrooms. Comfort items like blankets, pillows, and headphones are going to be hygienic sealed, which is very important. Of course, we don't have any printing material because we always believe that printing material can get, it's difficult to maintain hygiene on printing material. But we have a lot of information available on our ICE, which is information, communication, and entertainment. I mean, we've got over 4,000 channels and over 10,000 movies across the board. So there's a lot to do on board then. Moving ahead, in flight, we've got a crew which is dedicatedly going to be hygienically cleaning the lavatories every 45 minutes for a flight which is over 1.5 hours. On-board services will be there, but we don't have an in-flight retail offer right now. Social areas like the shower on board or the lounge on board, which was on the A380, are discontinued at the moment because we also believe that social distancing is the most important criteria. Simple usage of menu in the first and business classes. No menus in economy, they'll get a fixed meal on board. All foods and beverages hygienically prepared. Limited meal dietary options available. And of course, social distancing on disembarkation will continue. Aircraft will be cleaned, again sanitized after every flight, which I mentioned before. Let's look at a few processes on probably arrivals. So passenger needs to complete the DHA, which is Dubai Health Authority declaration form, which can be downloaded on the COVID-19 Dubai Smart app. As a part of Dubai entry, requires all passengers will pass through thermal detectors. Very important. Baggage procedures to immigration and collect baggages. Similar process. And if a passenger is unwell with say fever or something, he will be taken to the Dubai International Medical Center for further checks. I'll skip this page. I'll probably go to the transfers. So suppose you're transferring or you're transiting Dubai. central area for thermal screening is available at every point. Passengers with COVID symptoms will go to the Dubai International Medical Center. If passenger not cleared, then they'll be transferred to the hospital on the Emirates airline cost itself. Passengers cleared by medical center will be accepted on the original flight or rebooked to the next flight. And all passengers need to clear screening and security to board or to depart from the west gate of Concourse B, which is, I think, the most important thing. Well, all the transfer gates will have pass-through thermal detectors that we've discussed earlier. You've seen in the video the dedicated waiting areas will have a, I would say, social distancing chairs which are sealed. Some of the seats are sealed. So this is what we are planning to do. I mean, this is all we've already done. Our flights, we've already resumed 29 flights as on today. Safety is obviously the priority for us. Let me go back to this screen, not share my screen again. Okay. So I hope I'm back on the screen.
You're not being seen, so if you could switch on your video.
Okay. Okay. Done.
Perfect.
That's good. That's good. That's great. So I think it's the way forward. We've actually done a lot of health and safety measures, customer journey, customer service comes first at all touch points. Now I think let's move ahead to look at some very positive news. I would say last week IATA has updated that on the financial settlement operation that the surge in BSP transactions in China, UK, India, and France, which is excellent. BSP Airlines have received, I would say, payments for the first time since March 2020, which also indicates that business has started. Be it repatriation flights, scheduled departures, domestic operations. Well, there are more than 300,000 stranded people globally and probably waiting to go back home, go back to their families. And I feel this is an opportunity for the aviation sector. Thousands of employees are waiting globally to join work. IT professionals, pharmaceuticals, medical, ship, labor. And I also believe that this is also a great opportunity for the aviation sector to move ahead. See, we can also look at certain international employees are waiting globally to join back when the international borders are opening. I wouldn't say that the leisure or the MICE segment will make immediately like other segments do. For example, EFR or a trader or a MICE or a business travel will start immediately. But we can also look at my perspective, the way I look at say that the leisure or the MICE or a trader or a MICE or a business travel would move as early as summer 21, and I think that will be a great time for all of us to come back. And also, I think some great news, which the European Union has gradually opened borders for third country nationals from the 1st of July, which is great news. Some of the international borders are opening up. UK is also opening up. I mean, I think that's big, I would say. So now the big question is, sorry, you were saying something?
No. Continue, please.
Sure. So I think the big question now is when will international operations start from India? I mean, I think that's the question that everybody has been asking us. And I think I get about 8 to 10 calls in a day just for this question, that when do you think international will start? So my guess is as good as yours, probably. I'm very optimistic. International travel trends will start soon, 1st July, 1st August. But it will take a minimum 6 months to stable down post availability of vaccination. I think we need to understand what is very important right now is safety and health measures are the two most important points for travel to resume. So in my view, 6 months to stabilize from the availability of vaccination. I think another question that we've been getting very often, and we've been, I think, talking about it over and over again, and I'm sure you have also seen in the media, will the middle seat be vacant in an aircraft? See, my personal view is no. I mean, I would say no, because considering COVID primarily is transmitted between people through respiratory droplets and contact routes, obviously. So if a passenger has a mask, on the face and or on a screen or PPE screen, I mean, I don't think that the airline needs to keep the middle seat empty, which is going to increase the cost of travel. So I don't want to actually, to say that, okay, let's keep the middle seat empty and maybe let's increase the pricing by say 150%, for example. What would happen there is travel will not start immediately then. See, we need to also keep a balance between pricing. Knowing India is a very, very price sensitive market. It's still a price sensitive market. I mean, though I would say that, though we still have people who travel business class and who travel first class and, prefer chauffeur drive services and lounges because they feel that's a value. But I would say 50% or 60% of the travelers in India today are very, very price conscious. So keeping the actual, the middle seat, I would say vacant, would automatically mean that the capacity of an aircraft would come down by about 30%, which automatically generates into a 30% increase in the fare. So that's about from me. If you have any questions, I mean, I'm happy to take.
Yeah, we've already got questions pouring in. The first question
Excellent.
is from Tejas. He is asking, how is the job inflow in airline industry, or how do you see it post COVID?
Okay. So, honestly speaking, I mean, difficult times for everybody. I would say everybody in the aviation industry, hospitality industry also. It's a difficult phase, but I also believe that, uh, see, staff has always been the strength of every successful airline. And I always believe that, I mean, look at Emirates. I mean, we've posted record profits up till March 2020, which has never happened. I mean, 9.4 billion dirhams profit was the highest that we posted. I mean, it's because of the staff strength that we have. I mean, Emirates, along with Danata, we're about over 100,000 employees globally. So I would say, yes, it's a difficult phase now, but let's be optimistic, let's be positive. I mean, industry will revive, and once the industry revives, everybody will be at job. Everybody will have their plate full because trust me, travel is one thing that the global markets will never stop. See,
Okay.
however confident people have got today doing video conferencing or video calls or Zoom calls or any kind of these sessions, but eventually they would want to travel, whether be it leisure, be it go meet a family, be it for entertainment, be it for sporting events. People will travel, and we will be in our jobs. Trust me.
Sure. The second question comes in from Pamela. She is asking, what would single-use menus in business and first class exactly mean? What do you
Okay,
mean?
so
Yeah.
sure, I'll explain that to you. So when the first time, and I also traveled Emirates, and I was pretty shocked. We had an 8-page menu in business class and about 12-page menu in first class, which talks about wine, it talks about your alcohol, it talks about your starters, then your main course, then your desserts, and then again tea, coffees, and juices, blah blah. So it's got a proper. It is like a proper 6 to 8 page menus. Now, looking at the current situation, probably they'll only have a one-page menu, which will be a fixed menu. Most of the meals will need to be pre-ordered at least 48 hours before departure. If any dietary issues are there, and we will honor that only 48 hours before departure. So maybe just a single page which talks about your probably your wines and your alcohols, and then your 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 3 meal course, and then your dessert. That's about it. One page.
Okay. We have the next question. Someone's asking, Emirates sponsoring sporting events. When do you
Yes.
see them happening? When do you see the sporting events that will start off?
Well, the way I look at it, I mean, I think La Liga has already started. I mean, some of the matches have already been on. We are expecting the uh, ICC also to.
Priyanka, if you could keep yourself on mute.
Sorry, I couldn't hear.
No, just yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So the way we look at it is, see, sporting events will start. I mean, of course, we also know that we had the T20 World Cup in Australia this year, which may move to next year. We have the Olympics, which is probably has already been announced that it's going to move to next year.
Yeah.
The biggest show on earth, which was the Expo 2020 in Dubai, has moved to next year 2021, though they'll still retain the brand Expo 2020. So I believe, see, the global events will pick up because obviously it's for everybody to go and participate and everybody to even go and enjoy them. So the events will pick up. I look at the way maybe next year, early next year, but they will definitely pick up.
Okay. That's great. The next question comes in from Sarah. Sarah is asking, what would the pricing strategy post-COVID be? Will the prices increase?
Sure. So I think it's a good question actually, and from an Emirates perspective, I think we've already had a couple of discussions. See, the price may go up by about 5 to 10% for sure, because if you're doing the safety and the health measures on all the touch points, obviously there's a cost involved in it, and that cost can only be recovered through the price increases. But I wouldn't say that the price would go too high. I would look at a 5 to 10% increase in pricing only, which I think is important to keep, because see, your demand is not going to be the way it is. I assume the demand is not going to come in like the flow the way it is. You will still have about 70%, 80% seat load factors on most of the international operations. Keeping a price point which is at a very, I would say, I would say which is value for money. I wouldn't say exorbitantly high or low, but value for money would be important. I mean, there needs to be different strategies. Maybe first class passengers, I may increase it to about 25%. Business class, I may increase it to about 15%. But economy, I may keep it at 5% only. Because it depends on what segment is traveling again or what destinations pick up. I think that's the most important thing.
So the other question that's coming is, would there be, I mean, we did see the slides, but are there COVID tests done for passengers departing from, COVID, I would say, a high number of COVID stations like Mumbai or, India as such?
So see, that actually goes back to the civil aviation authorities of India. If they would like to keep one in India. Say, for example, in Dubai, we've already done the thermal scans where
Correct.
we detect, say, for example, if a passenger is walking and he's got fever or his temperatures are high, we will definitely take him to a separate zone where we test him for COVID
Okay.
within the next 3 hours. We're getting results. So we are ensuring from a Dubai International Airport perspective that we are doing the test. But I would ideally like to see these tests or the thermal screening even at Indian airports,
Yeah.
because it's mandatory, I would say. See, I mean, civil aviation authorities need to invest a little bit in the thermal scans to ensure the safety for travel. Because see, today, all of us depend upon the safety of travel.
That's
So
right.
if there's no safety out of, say, departure point, and only if there's safety at a transit point and on arrival, then it does not really work well. It has to be at all touch points.
Correct. Sure. The next question is,
Sure.
it's related to job scenarios because, just wanted to check, some people are asking whether Emirates would start with their job processes in the sense hiring. Would it happen this year or beginning of next year? That's what they want to understand.
So I think it'll definitely not this year for sure, because everything is on freeze. Considering that there are no airline revenues happening this year, so obviously jobs would be at a freeze. But the way I
Okay.
look at it is, see, if global markets open up and the way they're opening up globally, I mean, I look at anything between Jan to March, things coming back to normal.
Okay. That's
And I
good.
think then obviously, and then we'll have the jobs again then.
Mhm. That's true. Now, the test that happens in Dubai at the airport, the COVID test, is it borne by Emirates or is it borne by passengers?
It's complementary.
It's a complimentary test. Okay.
It's a
Okay.
complementary test, and even the personalized kits that you
Yes.
must have seen in the videos
Yes.
that we are handing over to the passengers is complimentary. So
Okay.
each passenger will, along with they will not getting a boarding card, but they'll get the PPE kits in their hand.
Okay. The next question is, would there be a change in the visa process? In the sense, right now, passengers who have a UK visa and a US visa get a 14-day visa on arrival. What would the
Yes.
scenario be moving ahead?
See, I assume it should be the same, because at the moment we haven't heard anything from Dubai Tourism or Dubai events, or even from the Dubai International Airport guys about the visa processes because we are still working out. So I think visa on arrival will continue the way it was because that brought in numbers for Emirates.
Yeah.
It brought in numbers for Dubai, I would say. So I don't think that that would stop, but I'm pretty sure it'll continue the way it is.
Oh, that's nice.
I'm very sure about it.
Okay. We'll just wait for a couple of minutes more because,
Sorry, in fact, I would like to add something here. Is
no,
in
please.
fact in the recent call that we've had with Dubai Tourism, they are in fact going to start a campaign which probably would have free visa on arrival.
Oh,
So
wow.
complete. So even if you don't have a UK visa or a US visa, or you're not a Canadian national or anything like that, you will being an Indian national, you will still get a visa on arrival with complimentary charges. So they are
And
working on something very simple.
and the visa, the duration of the visa would be a 14-day visa or a
No, 96 hours. A
nine?
96 hours.
Okay, okay, okay.
So which is good because see what I also understand is because see Dubai tourism also needs to pick up and tourism is Dubai is very heavily dependent upon tourism, heavily dependent on Emirates. So everything needs to come together. You know, I mean, it's very important.
Okay. The next question that we have is about
Sure.
the schedule of the Emirates airline. How many flights are they having at this point of time, and which is the most visited country that they are planning to right now?
Sure. A very good question. Actually, we were operating about 185 flights a week prior COVID, which
Okay.
actually moved down to about 172 flights a week. I think in the last week of February, I remember. So that was our strength. At the moment, I think startup operations, say for example Bombay, we were operating 5 flights a day. Obviously, we can't start off with 5 flights a day, but we'll probably go daily or double daily to start off with because the demand needs to also come in. International borders need to open up again. Visa regulation need to open up again. Whether there's a health certification requirement, we need to understand that from different countries. So there are a lot of things attached to it. But yeah, going ahead, definitely. I mean, we would be operating across the globe. I mean, Europe is our strength, US is our strength, Africa has been our strength. We'll be back everywhere. I'm sure about it.
Okay. The next question is coming from Saurabh. Saurabh is asking about the cabin baggage. Are the cabin baggage allowed, or would they increase weight in the check-in baggage? So, if cabin baggage is not allowed, would Emirates give more than 20 kilos check-in baggage allowance now?
No, that's a good question again because if you saw the videos, we're not allowing cabin baggage at the moment. Uh, the thing is, we've also made a business case to share with our teams back, the pricing guys in Dubai, that if the cabin baggage is not there, can we make our normal baggage allowance a little extra because I'm sure people would still carry the baggage. So what we've currently done is we've done a change in our fare branding. On our lowest tacticals where we were offering 15 kilos, we've gone to 20 at the moment. So that's the first step we've done. For the others, we are still reviewing it because otherwise we've got 25 kilos, we've got 35 kilos also available on board
Well,
in terms of pricing.
there is a question with regards to choosing the airline crew. Does Emirates as such give any kind of training for prospective students who want to become cabin crew members or anything like that at this point of time?
Yes, we have a school in Dubai which is available. I mean, you can Google it, where they have an aviation school available, and there are a lot of courses available. And yes, you can become cabin crews and pilots also.
Okay, thank you. Which city in India currently is Emirates flying into? I mean, right now, not
None,
right, but
none.
once the borders open, our international space is still closed. But once
True.
it opens up, which are the cities that you would fly into?
I think what we are looking at is key metros: Bombay, Delhi, Hyderabad, Bangalore, and Chennai to start off with.
Okay, okay, that's great. Just waiting for a couple of more questions. If
No,
there are
no worries.
no
No
questions,
worries.
uh, okay, Saurabh is an Emirate loyal customer, it seems like. He's asking, how do you treat your loyalty card holders? Do they get any preference or is it the same for any other passenger?
No, obviously, I mean every airline, I would say that they have loyal customers, and we treat them differently. That's always been the case. Every, I would say, frequent flyer, depending upon what tier they are into, say from a blue to a silver to a gold to a plat, each of them have different, I would say, uh, experiences. They would have different levels of services available, right from confirmation to excess baggage to free upgrades.
Yeah. And Emirates, as an airline, flies from Terminal 3, the only
Yes.
terminal. Yeah. The other question is again, this Emirates Aviation School. Uh, do they train pilots? Can pilots be trained at the school?
From my information, yes. Yes. From my information, yes.
Okay. Given your experience in the current times, how easy has it been to handle the crisis such as a pandemic that's happened after
See,
18
I'll
months?
no, no, that's true. I mean, we've been at home since the last 3 months now, almost 3 months now.
Yeah.
It's been difficult because, see, work from home is never easy. I mean, I would say that, though a lot of people believe that work from home is the new mantra, but I still believe that it's always good to go to office, good to go to work, because you meet your colleagues, you share a lot of ideas. You have a lot that goes on actually, when you're at work. So, I mean, looking at the way things have gone, yes, we all, I mean, me, my team have, we've been in touch with each other every day, I would say. I think that's great. We've done some crazy stuff actually being at home. We did some cooking classes, say for example, and we were
Wow.
doing some, yeah, we were doing some cooking classes. We were doing some Bollywood quiz, and we were doing some travel quiz, and we were doing some airline quiz, and so we kept ourselves very busy. I mean, apart from the work that we got, but I would ensure that my team has been occupied with creativity also. So we trained them on Excel, probably on PowerPoint, on presentation skills. So all that at the side is already happening with us.
Okay. Shubham is asking, where can he apply for a cadet post for Emirates, as a cadet pilot for Emirates?
It's on emirates.com/careers. I mean, the information is there.
Okay. I guess everyone wants to join Emirates because of the name, that brand that it carries
No,
across.
that's true. I think yes. To be very honest with you, Emirates as a brand is different from other airlines. I mean, we've established this since 1985, our first flight into Bombay. So yeah, it's taken us very hard times, and
Yeah,
I'm sure this is the worst that we've also seen, but this will also pass, and I think God willing we will move on.
sure. We have a question from Jai Prakash, asking, what should I do to join aviation career or a ground staff career?
See, I would say at the moment, since we have the time, and I've been telling this to a lot of people actually, sharpen your skills. I think it's very important. Learn data analysis, very important. Learn presentation skills, very important. Start grooming yourself, and I think once situation does improve, automatically you would have jobs available, and if you're already good at all this, you will easily walk into any airline.
Yes, that's true. Uh, just another couple of questions. I'll just wait for another
Sure,
5 minutes to hear from any student or any participant available at this point.
sure.
Well, this is not a question for Emirates, but it's a question for Dubai as a tourism, Dubai as whole, for the tourism. What are the new things that Dubai has lined up beyond 2020? With the Expo 2020, which was scheduled for July onwards, October onwards, how has it, what are the new things that people can see? Because whoever's visited Dubai, has already done the run of the mill sightseeing, that's desert safari, Dow cruise. What are the new things or new inventions that Dubai has brought about for its clients?
True. I mean, of course, see, every time I go to Dubai every 3 months or 6 months, and it changes. I mean, it's a fact; it does change. So, Dow cruise, desert safaris are, I think, it's passé now. It's
Yeah.
all gone. I mean, we did that when we were in school, probably. But now I think the new thing is the frame. I'm sure the frame is doing extremely well, very very popular. And you of course the Expo 2020 site is there. The Expo 2020 coming in up next year will be excellent. So you also have the IMG, which is a very great attraction. You've got Dubai Parks, the Bollywood theme park. These are certain things, and I'm sure Dubai will be upgrading themselves. Obviously, not at the moment because of the COVID situation, but yes, I think going ahead, they may have the Dubai Shopping Festival in Jan probably.
Yes, I was
So
just
that
going to.
yeah, so that will continue.
Okay. Okay. I guess we are done with all the questions. Let me just see that I haven't missed any specific
Sure.
questions. Well, yes, I guess it's all done at this point of time. Yes, it's all done. So,
Excellent.
just would like to take this opportunity to thank you for your valuable time.
Thank you very much.
Being a part and helping most of the participants, uh, most of the questions being answered, and I'm sure they are also looking forward to kind of be there in Dubai at some point of time. But thank you very much,
Absolutely.
Vikram, once again, and
Thank you.
we would connect with you soon. Before
Yes, and
we close, I just want to do a reminder to the participants that tomorrow's program is on the wellness tourism in the new tomorrow, which will be chaired by Mr. Louis D'Souza, Director of Tamarind Global. So we would request you all to log in and send your registrations to the email ID that we all were given earlier, and look forward to seeing everyone there tomorrow. Thank you again.
thank you very much. And please take care, all of you all, because we all need to stay well to start work soon. Take
Sure.
care. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you.
Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.